Week podcast for 2011.
I'm Elf.
And I'm Haritina Mogosanu, Manager of Educational Relations for World Space Week Association.
To celebrate World Space Week, we've put together a series of podcasts to excite and enthrall you with the most interesting and inspiring space stories from across the globe.
Our guest from today is Dr. Marius Piso, President and CEO of the Romanian Space Agency. Hello.
Hello.
Dr. Piso, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
I'm working for the Romanian Space Agency as its President and Chief Executive Officer. I'm an executive in this agency since its establishment in 1995. And presently, of course, we're doing a lot of nice, interesting, and at the same time boring things regarding space. And basically, we're coordinating the national space programs, and we're acting like a hub for Eastern Europe. And since a couple of months, Romania become a member state of the European Space Agency. Romania is the second country among the former Soviet countries which has been admitted to the European Space Agency. The first one was Czech Republic. So that's life in Europe and with the Romanian Space Agency. Regarding the World Space Week, I must confess that I was heading the delegation of Romania in 1999 to the Committee on the Peaceful Uses of Outer Space, the United Nations, and in the same time for the Unispace 3 conference. And during this Unispace conference, all delegations decided to establish this World Space Week, which became let's say, a major event in 2000. So I am a bit in awareness of what's happening with this event.
So would you like to tell us what is, in your opinion, about the current progress in space exploration that makes us willing to celebrate the World Space Week?
You see, space is a natural thing and normal. It's commercial. It's not it's security. It's military. It's our life. Space is not now only, let's say, a national pride or something like funny, fancy. Space is quite normal field of human activity, and I can claim that the planet Earth is not able to function today without space technology. So World Space Week is an event of awareness first, but I'm sure that in the next decade maybe this will be a real celebration everywhere. The only bad thing with this World Space Week is that it is organized in the same time with the annual congresses of the International Astronautical Federation. So most of the people of the space actors are somewhere at a time. This year we will be in Cape Town, South Africa, for 1 week. But, of course, we will celebrate it there too.
This is great. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about how is the European Space Agency celebrating World Space Week?
So ESA started to celebrate the World Space Week since 2000, even 2000, 2001, 2002. Usually, ESA is organizing something related to education. The European Space Agency was from the beginning a co-sponsor of the World Space Week, and during the last decade, ESA was able to manage different celebration ways to celebrate the space holidays. Nevertheless, most of those events were related to education, and they were relied mainly on the ESA member states' activities. So for this year, I'm not so sure that ESA is preparing a dedicated World Space Week celebration, but definitely we will announce ESA of our activities, our local activities in Romania regarding World Space Week.
So what other projects is ESA involved with at the moment? What are the big ones that they're contributing to?
So ESA is a large space agency and has wide range, a wide spectrum of activities related to space. Science program is maybe the most interesting, and it is dedicated to deep space missions and observations. For example, the Herschel Space Telescope has been launched, and this is an infrared telescope. Also, the Planck mission, which is studying the cosmic background radiation. I can mention also the Rosetta mission, which intends to catch a comet. Also the Mars Express, which discovered water on Mars, probably for the first time. The Venus Express, there is another mission devoted to Mercury. Also, there are the circumterrestrial missions as magnetic field measurement, the cluster mission. Also, the ENVISAT, devoted for both science and environment. In the area of Earth observation, those programs are oriented to societal and industrial and commercial needs. This means radar imagery, which is much richer than the optical one. Radar images, they are taken by ENVISAT, and in a couple of years by the 3 satellites called Sentinel, which will be launched gradually as components of the Global Monitoring for Environment and Security program. I can also mention the technology programs, which are giving an independence for Europe in the very deep technology niches. Also, we can mention the Galileo, the European satellite navigation system, which will be a concurrent for the actual GPS. But they will not compete, they will complement themselves. The first 2 Galileo satellites are to be launched in 3 weeks from the French Guiana. Also, the human space flight is an important activity. ESA has presently a team of 14 active astronauts which were prepared for fly on the space station. So ESA is a quite interesting community. One of the newest activities of ESA are related to security. This is something new in space. And there is a program, an ambitious program called SSA, Space Situational Awareness, which tends to first to identify all moving objects in the Earth's neighborhood. This means also the unidentified objects, which are satellites non-labeled, and also large debris. Another purpose is to study space weather, which becomes more and more relevant for a world having the electronic support for the informational development. And this electronics usually is very sensitive to solar radiation pulses and to the magnetic field variations, and space weather is an area which permits us to monitor and to warn about possible dangerous threats. And a third component of the space situational awareness is planetary defense. This means observation and possible methods of deflection and mitigation for asteroids and other potential cosmic threats. So that's ESA, and there are probably other interesting programs that I have not mentioned. If I'm looking in the financial report of ESA, I can identify 54 programs, independent programs.
Wow, that's incredible.